Hello, 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 everybody. I did this right. I hope I did this right. Is it gonna pop up? There we go. Hello. Welcome in the den. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad to be here. Um, Please forgive the glare. I need the sunlight today. I really do. But anyway, I want to welcome everybody in. I am your baby boomer Kitty Lane from Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Create and Relate. Come on in the den. How is everyone today? I am working on a little something that I'm going to share with you all, and I want to get it to a substantial place so you can see it. Okay, that's good. Okay, so first of all, like I said, I want to welcome everybody in, and I thank each and every BB. How are you? So glad to see you. Like I said, I want to welcome everybody in. Thank you so much for being here. I did check out our numbers early this morning. We lost 2 subscriptions, but I know that YouTube sometimes tests things to see whether they're real or AI. So we're not gonna we're not gonna we're not gonna sweat that. We got this. But our watch hours have finally made 1,500. So we are just a little bit past that halfway mark. Still trying to get to those 3,000 hours, guys. I know we got this. I know we got this. Okay, so next was if you looked in our description box before you came in, or you can check it out afterwards, you'll see that today is the day of C's. Everything in there is starting with C's today. So the first one was come on in. The second one is cup of what? So today I went back to my espresso with my pinch of salt and my drizzle of my drip of vanilla flavoring. I did 6 ounces of, first of all, I have 20 ounces of espresso. And then I did 6 ounces of Cinnabon and 4 ounces of caramel macchiato. And it tastes like a cinnamon bun drizzled in caramel in the form of coffee. It's very good. I don't have my water in here with me, but I've already had 1 bottle of water today. Please don't fuss at me. I have not had my breakfast yet. Okay, just trying to get everything close because there is something I want to show you today. So, again, if you checked out the description box, you know that I put a little nugget in there. I did. Y'all, this is my second one. I created a pattern. I wrote out a pattern, and I hope I did it properly. But it's down in the description notes. But I'm going to show you a couple of things about that pattern if you can hang in here with me. For those of you who don't know how to do a foundation row, first of all, there are thousands of videos out there that will show you how to do it, but I'm going to show you how I do it. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, and hugs to you. Thank you for being here. So, the first thing I do is make my slip knot, however you choose to make a slip knot. I've recently changed the way I do it. That's why I say however you choose to do it. I used to align my hook with my finger, make one complete turn, and then yarn over and pull through. But here of late, I go down into my work and just do that half twist, turn, and pull through. So I have my slip knot on my hook, and I'm going to chain 2. 1 and 2. I don't have the camera set up like I want, so I got to kind of do it like this. Okay. So once we have those 2 chains on our hook, we're going to yarn over and insert our hook into that back bump of the first chain. Yarn over and pull through that bump alone. That'll give you 3 loops on your hook. Okay? And then you're going to yarn over and pull through just one of those loops. That will give you your chain that establishes your foundation row. Okay? So now you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. That is your first half double crochet. Now to make the second one, you're going to yarn over and you're going to insert your hook into that first chain that you made. There will be 2 bars that you pick up. If you turn it over and look at the bottom, you'll see those 2 bars. But you're going to pick up those 2 bars. And then you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through those 2 bars only. Once again, you have 3 loops on your hook. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through just one, because that's going to make your next chain. And then holding that chain, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. That is your second half double crochet. And you have your chains here at the bottom. When you turn it upside down and look, you can see those chains. And you continue to do that. Yarn over, go into that chain, making sure you pick up both bars. And then yarn over and pull through those bars. You'll have 3 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through just one, creating that chain. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So now I have 3 half double crochet. This keeps you from having to chain that long row and then go back and work that chain. So you're doing both as you go. Now, one of the components I have in the pattern that I dropped is connecting to the first half double crochet or the first stitch of your foundation row. I want to put a couple more up here so you can see what I'm getting ready to do. Okay, now I want to make this into a circle. So what I'm going to do is yarn over. I'm going to go into that chain that we made. I'm not going to remove my hook, but I'm going to go back, making sure that my work is still straight. And I'm going to go into the bottom of that very first half double crochet that we made. Now you've got a circle on your hook. And now you're going to yarn over your working yarn and pull through that insert and the chain that you went into. You have 3 loops on your hook. You're not going to create another chain. So now you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. That's your half double crochet. And then you're going to connect it by doing a slip stitch in the top of that first half double crochet. So now you have your circle. Anybody want me to repeat that? I don't mind. I will. I can do that. Did everybody catch that? I'm going to go into it again. I'm going to actually do a tutorial for that one, but I'll go over it again so you can see it. So we've created a foundation row of half double crochets. Okay. We're going to turn this into a circle. So we're going to yarn over, and just like we were creating a next half double crochet, we're going to go into that chain that we created, making sure to pick up both bars. And instead of removing our hook, we're going to go into that very bottom stitch, which was right there at that very first slip stitch, actually. And you're going to yarn over and pull through the slip stitch and the 2 bars from the chain you created. That'll leave 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. That makes your half double crochet. And then you're going to connect your work by going into the top of your first half double crochet and slip stitching all the way through. And then you have your circle all the way around. And what I do to lock it in place is pull that stitch a little tight and then chain up for my next row. Which the next row is building your building your double crochet, which is the stacked single crochets. So what we do for that one is in that same stitch that you slip stitched into, you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through just like a single crochet. That's actually what you're going to do. You're going to make a single crochet. Looking at your work, you will see 2 bars. You'll see 2 bars, 1 and 2. You're going to go into the longest bar, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through both of those. That's a single crochet on top of another single crochet, which creates a double crochet. And then your first round requires you to double crochet, skipping the really, you have to try it. You have to try it. It makes your work look so pretty. So the next component is to make the cross. So you're going to skip the next half double crochet and double crochet into the next one. Make that double crochet, and then you're going to crochet back into the one that you skipped. So you're going to have a post and a cross. Post and a cross. And you're going to continue that throughout the circle. And then let me see if I can go ahead and do this for you, and I can show you what it's going to look like. I can't show you the one I made because then the camera's sitting on it. Plus, I don't want to show it until Tuesday. But this way, if you wanted to follow the pattern, you could. I'm excited because that's the second pattern I've ever written that's legible for everybody else, I should say. Doing this, everything is, your multiples are 3s. And it doesn't have to be 3 and. It's just 3s. So when you make your foundation row, what I did was made a cowl. So I did 75 foundation half double crochets. And if I wanted to make it a little bit bigger, then I would increase it by 3s until I reached my size. If I wanted to make it for a child, I would decrease by 3 until I reached my size. Okay, so the end of that round, doing it by 3s, should end with your cross. And what you're going to do is slip stitch into the top of that double crochet that you made. Don't forget to pull your work a little tight, and you're going to chain 1. And each row that you do, except the last row, the finishing row, you're going to build that half double crochet. So you're going to go back into that slip stitch that you made, make your single crochet, insert under that first bar, yarn over and pull through, and put that single crochet right on top of that single crochet that you just made. And then you're going to put a double crochet into that same one. So that's like one calls it twins in a stitch. Okay. And now you're going to back post double crochet around the cross that you made. So you're going to yarn over and you're going to go in the back of your work and you're going to go around that cross all the way. Yarn over and pull your yarn back around that cross. And then yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. So you're pulling that cross together. And then you're going to go into your next stitch, which is right over that next post. Hey, Lori! And you're going to put two double crochets, twins in a stitch. And speaking of twins in a stitch, Lori is my twins in a stitch sister. And then around that next cross, you're going to back post, double crochet. And that's what your work will look like. So in following the pattern, I wanted to make sure you all knew what, I wanted to make sure you all knew how to do those. And as usual, as always, if you need any help with any of this, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'm here for you. Just email me. Those of you who have my number, I made a cowl. I created a cowl. I call it the Classy Cowl. And it's in sparkly material. Let me see if I can do this without messing everything up. I said I wasn't going to show it, but I'll show it. Y'all bear with me for one moment, please. Okay. I did it. I did it. I have to look. I have to look. I didn't mean to make y'all dizzy. I'm sorry. But this is the cowl that I created. This is what we're making. That's what the pattern in the description box is of. And if you notice that back post around the cross helps to give it that little ridge. It gives it that texture. And there's your cowl. If you wanted to turn it into a snood, you just make it a little taller or continue with the repeat. It's just a 2-row repeat. And you can have a snood. This is out in the back, but imagine it a little bit longer and you would have your snood. I thought so too. That's why I call it the classy. You know that I follow my Taco Tuesdays. And one of the challenges was to make a sparkly make. So, of course, I pulled my mainstay, Sparkle Pink, and I made the cowl. And I love it. I love it. And another one of the y'all hear me talk a lot about Taco Tuesdays. It's how I create things like this. I use Taco Tuesday as more of a design tester because I am a designer, and it's a way for me to do small swatches lots of times or make small items, just testing out things to see how they would look. And it's so helpful to me in that respect. I think that when people feel like they've lost their Crojo, or when people get overwhelmed by the things that they have to do, if you just drop in, and I do have that link in the description box, if you just drop in on a Taco Tuesday and participate in just one of the challenges, sometimes it'll relieve that block or to give you a little break from the things that you have to do. Another one of their standing challenges is Pick a whip, any whip, and complete it by next Taco Tuesday. Of course, this is every Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern on one of the Yarn Addicts channel. It's Taco Tuesday, and it's ideal. So there were 7 challenges this week, and I was going to say, let me see if I can remember all the challenges. But I'm so good, y'all. I wrote them down. So the first challenge, of course, is pick a whip, any whip, and complete it by the end of the week. I don't know if you saw the washcloth that I lifted up in the camera change, but I did complete washcloth number 8. I have 2 more washcloths for my challenge of November, which was 10 washcloths. But that's going to come in the Taco Tuesday challenge, because one of the challenges was make a dishcloth set. So I am going to make 2 dishcloths, and this is going to be my colorway for those 2 dishcloths or washcloths. We use them as washcloths. This one is Beach House, and of course this one is Soft Ecru. So I'm going to put these 2 together and make 2 washcloths, dishcloths, but that will be another one of the challenges that are completed. Another challenge, and these are the people's choice. This one, when he spins the wheel to determine how many challenges we get. So when Juan spun the wheel this time, it landed on purple. Purple, of course, is his favorite color, mine too. But what he does, if it's on purple, is he gets to choose how many challenges. He chose 6. Sounds like a lot, but y'all, when I tell you, they're not hard. Like I said, the first one, pick a whip, any whip, and complete it by next Taco Tuesday. And then the dishcloth set, which will probably be handled today. And then there was this one, the fingerless gloves. So I did that one too. Yes, I did that one. I completed that one too. And then there was the tree ornament. So those were the people's choice. How he does that is everybody chimes in with all of their ideas. He writes 50 of them down, and then he gets someone to pick a number, and whatever number they pick determines what the people's choice challenge is. So those were the 3 people's choice challenges. All of this is also listed in the description box if you don't catch it. And then the jar challenges, which is where he reaches in the jar and he pulls out the challenges. You have to do a written pattern. Y'all, I wrote a pattern. I wrote a pattern. And because it's in the description box, technically it's published. Start a new blanket and a sparkle make. So of the 7, I have completed 3. I did the sparkle challenge, I did the fingerless gloves, and I completed a washcloth. I'm so proud of myself because I've developed a new system for me. I know y'all thought that I've been out of my mind for the past month and a half. I haven't been. I've been restructuring not only the channel, but myself. I kept finding myself getting completely overwhelmed in a day or 2 behind everything I had to do. And I had to get it straightened out without abandoning everybody. So there were a lot of moments off camera that I was sitting to myself, writing on, ripping out, balling up, and throwing away pieces of paper until I felt like I got it to a manageable state. So if you remember, not too long ago, I told everybody spend 30 minutes a day organizing. Stick to it. Stick to it. I'm telling you, it helps so much. And as we become seasoned, it really helps. And what I had to do, because I found myself dipping into a different area every day. What I decided to do was just expand the area that I was working in. And I'm starting to see so much more progress. Now, what I do is I do the 30 minutes 3 times a day. I will do 30 minutes in my room, 30 minutes in my bathroom, and 30 minutes out into the other part of the house. It has allowed me the opportunity to make sure that the bar and the kitchen are kept clean. I've been able to donate some time to my puzzles. My yarn wall or my yarn cabinet looks a lot better. I'm finally utilizing my other shelf for my makes, and it's coming together. And my biggest thing is it may not seem like it's working in the beginning, but stick to it. Trust me, please trust me on that. Stick to it and you will see progress. The other thing I did was had to come up with um, a plan for the channel. So I finally got my days structured and I know how my channel is going to be now. I was trying to do it by the beginning of the year and I said, you know what? My birthday is the 2nd of December. So why not start in December? Make this a birthday gift to me. So I finally got that part done. And in doing that, I started creating this little chart system here. I can show you what I've done in the past. And I've been doing this now. This is day number 1, 2, 3. Day number 4, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Nope. Should be day number 5. I think the other one was the one that I threw away. Okay, so I did Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I have the one for today. I think this one, that's Tuesday. I'm so backwards. That's Monday. That's Tuesday. That's Wednesday. And this is today's. And Sundays is the one that I threw away. But what I do up top here, everything that I want to touch in crocheting goes across the top here. If you remember, I had so many whips. Granted, Taco Tuesday has helped me knock that list down considerably, but this process works for me. And y'all, I'm not telling y'all do this because I say do it. I'm giving you ideas that may work for you. This helps me to wind down at night. I create this at night before I go to bed. And what I do, like yesterday, I had 11 items listed yesterday. I finished 3 yesterday. So I was able to get my list down, of course, to 8, but I pulled up another new item and a whip that I was working on. So now I'm back up to 10. Each one of these has to be touched today, and I have to do at least 500 stitches on each one. My OCD will not let me not count. I count stitches. I know it sounds sad, but I do. It sounds time consuming. It is. Okay, Lori, I used to be the same way. I used to be the same way. This has helped me so much. Get it in your head. What I did for me was I have to complete 2 before I add 1. Whenever I have a list, whatever I do, and sometimes if it's like cleaning around the house, I have to complete 3 things on that list before I add 1. Or I will have another piece of paper somewhere and all the new stuff I'll add to that piece of paper. We'll have to get to that another time. So those are 2 ideas as far as that's concerned. Because if you keep adding to the list that you already have, every time you think of something or you'll see something, even though other people can see that you've done things in your mind, it's not getting done. And if you're like me, those checkoffs mean a lot. And the more things you have checked off, the more settling it is for you. So, like I said, just an idea, create your list. And what I do, the hours that I'm working on it, I'll jot like, I won't start crocheting today until 1. So I'll put 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, so forth and so on. And the stitches that I do for each one, I will jot those down. And as I see that I'm putting stitches under each one, and granted, there are some that might get more attention than others. I'm not going to sit here and put all 500 stitches in the black Skittles. Okay, the black Skittles is right here behind me. I'm not going to, I might probably won't do all 500 stitches in that. And then the baby Esther blanket, I probably won't do all 500 stitches there. I might give each one of those 100 stitches, which in my time is about 5 to 6 minutes, depending on what stitch it is. And then I'll move on to the next. And then as I go through the cycle and realize that I have touched each one, then I'll go back around. That way I don't get bored with what I'm working on. If I'm finding something that I'm really enjoying doing, or I see that I'm so close to the end, I'll go ahead and finish that. So, like I said, these are just ideas. They are just ideas. Um, I hope everyone remembers to get their journal for January. January is approaching. You can use a 5 subject notebook. You can use a composition notebook. I got one, two, three, four, five. I got 6 composition notebooks. You can use least blah 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 blah. Yep. You can use loose leaf paper and get you a binder, however you choose to do it. But it's the simplest form of journaling there is. The journaling that I'm going to have everybody doing is keeping you in touch with you. We will, expand a little bit, but it's going to have like how you felt when you got up, how you felt when you went to bed. What was your pain level when you got up? What was your pain level when you went to bed? 3 things that you want to accomplish for that day. 2 people that you want to get in contact with. And then, your little synopsis. Or, it's really, really simple. It's not time consuming. Like I said, if you do the loose leaf paper. You can pin that up on your wall, and each day you can put like 3 or 4 days on the side, and each day you can tab it off before you walk out the door, or stick it to your mirror in the bathroom and just scribble, as you go. You can stick it to your calendar and do the same thing. So it's just something real quick and simple to make us, because I have family. Okay, I understand. I understand, BB. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your family. And know that your family here loves you as well. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. But it's just a little something to keep you in touch with you. If you know me, you know that I am really an advocate for self-maintenance, self-help. And this way it teaches you, really, you won't believe it at first, but how to communicate with your doctor. A lot of us run into issues when we go to the doctor, and doctors don't listen to us. They don't hear us. So we have to make sure, I love you, Lori, but we have to make sure that we establish that line of communication with our healthcare workers, because no one knows you like you know you. They can't tell you how you feel, but you can tell them how you feel. And this is just a way to put you into words. What I've started doing, because I've been keeping a journal for a while, I take mine with me to the doctor's office. Because sometimes I'll have a pain today, and by the time I have my doctor's appointment, I've forgotten about the pain. Like my next appointment is December 1st. If I get a sharp pain in my toe, I'll write it down or scribble it down on a piece of paper. But now that I have my journal, I'll put it in my journal. I just put a little pin there and put the date, what the pain felt like, and that way when I do go to the doctor, I can say, hey, on this date this happened, or I can put a star beside it to let me know that that's something I should discuss with my doctor. I have my what I call my little happy pills. I've known for a while that I have anxiety issues, but my first course of action for years was when I was having an anxiety and or a panic attack. And yes, they are different. First thing I would do is grab my inhaler because I couldn't breathe. My throat was literally closing up and I was struggling to breathe. Sometimes my system would not allow me to remember to inhale. I was able to exhale, but I couldn't inhale. So when I talked to my doctor about it and I was able to tell her in those terms so that she could understand, a lot of people say it's hard to breathe. It's hard to breathe. Well, what do you mean by that? Do you know how many components there are to breathing? It's more than just sucking air in and out of your nose. It's got a ways to travel before it gets to your lungs. Well, is it your lungs that's stopping you from breathing? Is it something catching in your throat? Does it feel like the air is being redirected? Are you breathing into your lungs or into your diaphragm? Or, what they need to know more. So you have to be able to communicate with it. Yes, the notes in your phone is a perfect. I was going to bring that up later, Lori. Um, that's where I keep mine. I do have the physical one. The reason I have the physical one is because I do have periods where I'm somewhat lethargic and my daughter has to write things down for me. And sometimes she doesn't feel like going through the mechanics of getting into the phone. So when I have the hard copy here, she can go through the hard copy. And if I don't feel like writing it down, I can always take a picture of it and show that to my doctor. Because come on, y'all, we take our phones with us everywhere we go. We take our phones with us everywhere that we go. Also, you can make audio notes. Most of the phones we have nowadays will do that, where you can do audio to text, or you can download an audio app where you can actually leave a message, an audio message. I have that on my phone because it's easier for me to reach out sometimes to the kids. I can't, I'm loud. I know I'm loud, but sometimes it doesn't come out the way it is in my mind. And I can, if it's something that I put into an audio note, I can play that and turn it up really loud, and the kids will hear me. All I'm saying, as far as our journaling and making our list and everything, utilize those sources around us. You would be surprised how many things we can cast onto our TV, and the volume on the TV gets pretty loud. Just saying. You can cast those audio notes to that TV and blast them really loud. If something were to happen to me throughout the course of the day, I turn my TV volume to 100, because I'm also a fall risk. If I fall and I cannot get up, that actually helped me one day. I had the TV blasting because I couldn't yell loud enough for anybody to hear me. And my next door neighbor has the key to the place, and her son, bless his heart, came and helped me get up off the floor. But there are a lot of things that we can put into place to help ourselves. We just don't know that it's there or don't pay attention to the fact that it's there. I keep a pencil and a piece of paper in my bathroom, in my bedroom, in my closet, in the kitchen, on the beside the Keurig, something sticking to the refrigerator, the dining room table, over by the recliner in the living room, inside the basket on my scooter. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It also helps with memory. So, yes, there are some questions I wanted to ask you guys, those of you who are still there with me, and don't ignore anything. Really listen to your body. Lori, you could not be more on point. Do not ignore anything. Things that you think are insignificant may lead up to something so significant. But at the same time, if you if it's not significant, the fact that you listen to your body and don't ignore your body, you have first track on what is and what isn't. Like, I wake up every day with a headache, every single day since 1997. I wake up every day with a headache. And being able to talk to my, who is an ophthalmologist, I think that's my eye doctor, my neurologist, my PCP, and talking to everybody, my whole team about it, I realized that the way light enters my eyes, initially it's a strain, it's like a rush of light. It doesn't happen to everybody, but I'm one of those handful of people that it's like that. And it only been since mine's 1997. See, something else we got in common with these headaches. But I've learned the difference between those, what I call wake up headaches, and stress headaches, cluster headaches, migraines. Y'all, I have them all. I have them all. But because I pay attention to my body, I'm able to distinguish which is which, and which ones need medical attention right now. Which ones needs, all of them need sleep. In my mind, the best pain medicine there is out there, and trust me, everybody can do it, is sleep. 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 Doesn't cost a thing. Doesn't cost a thing, but yes, yes, knowing which is which is so important. I do have some questions. I had it listed in the description box as curiosities. So, what I want to know is, what's in your cup? What are you sipping on? Drop me a quick comment and just let me know what you're sipping on today. And while you're doing that, I want to know what's on your hook or what's on your needle. Just let me know right now. Showing y'all how to do that stitch was on mine, but I have 10 things on mine for today. To work on the black Skittles, which is this one. Some may not have seen it, so I will show you. That's this one. And I call it black Skittles because the base, of course, is black. The colored portion is rainbow, and it looks like Skittles to me, y'all. Decaf coffee with some French vanilla creamer. Liquid ivy. Cool. So that is my black Skittles. I'm also going to work on Baby Esther today. Some of you know this. To me, the colors spoke to me when I got them. And the first thing that came to mind was Esther Jones. Baby Esther. Uh, she was the inspiration for Betty Boop. Betty Boop is one of my icons. I love me some Betty Boop. The person I love more is Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell is my heart. Tinkerbell says, dream big and believe. And that is my motto to life. Okay. I also have the baby tendril. It's in the tote back here. The tendril is an asymmetrical scarf. I'm doing one in baby colors, and I'm doing one in a light blue. So that's 4 items. Number 5 is the new squares, which is this one, which it's half double crochet around here, across here, and then 2 rounds of double crochet bordered with half double crochet. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares. Hopefully I will get at least 2 more done today, at least out to this portion, because I'm trying to figure out how to connect them as I go. Half double crochet all the way around. I'm working on it, y'all. We might have something there, but we'll see. I am working on it. Okay. People used to call me, but oh, are you serious? Are you serious? When I was in high school, I used to always wear the little pin curls around. I didn't do baby hair like everybody else. I did the pin curls like Betty Boop. I did, but I would always say, dream big and believe, dream big and believe, dream big and believe. So I would always mix the two characters. People thought I was a little loco, but it's okay because I am. Okay, so number 6 on my hook is the purple cardigan. A lot of you know that this is one of my babies. This is my Hexicardi, to which we finally have the sleeves and the cuffs done on both sides. We finally got the front done on both sides. It's just a matter of bordering it now. So I got that to a workable point. And number 7 is a tree ornament. I haven't started it. I'll figure something out and I'll do that. The written pattern. I want to use my own, which means I want to make another cowl. So that quite possibly will be started today, if not done. And then there's the dishcloth set. I showed you my colorway that I'll be using for that. I started crochet last month. Oh, I made 25 squares, total 33 needed. It's okay. It doesn't matter how fast or slow it is. It really doesn't. Just the fact that you're doing it and you're sticking to it. That is the most important thing. That is absolutely the most important thing. So you got this. You got this. And then a new blanket. Well, being that I love blankets anyway, and I'm always starting new blankets, and I do have a design working up here in my mind. So we're going to work with that as well. So that's my 10 things on my hook or my needle that I will, or in my mind, that I will be working on today. Okay. What are some of your other crafts? Me, I put puzzles together. I sing. I dance sitting on my bed or on my scooter. I have gotten up, I got up to one point where I could stand up and dance for 45 seconds. I'm still there right now before my legs feel like they're going to give out. So I'm still working on that. Um, One of the things I'm trying to get back to is bowling. I love bowling. I love duck pin bowling. I also want to, we're very close to a trampoline place. And I want to get back on a trampoline, y'all. I was phenomenal on the trampoline. I'm not tooting my whistle or blowing my horn or anything, but I've never been small. I've never been small. So everything I did was amazing, not only in the fact that I could do it, but the fact that I was a big girl and could do these things. I played softball, ran track, I was in the band, I was a cheerleader. I played basketball, I played football. Everything I wanted to do in high school, I did it. Knowing what I know now, I would have focused more on losing weight and probably still done it, because the damage I've done to my joints is unreal. But I'm questioning, did I damage them when I was active, or did they start becoming damaged after I had kids and I calmed down? I wouldn't change the fact that I had kids. I'd have them all over again right now if I could. But I love my babies. So, okay, I paint diamond paint and use a knitting loom. You know what, Lori? Two of the things, I'm not a painter. For one, I've dabbled at it. I can do the pictures. You're right. You're right. Uh, our bodies do change a lot. But as far as painting, freehand painting, in my mind, I want to do it, but I think I'm not afraid to try it. It's just not on the priority side of my things to do. Now, diamond painting, I want to try it. I want to try it. I want to get in a better place before I try it. Um, I want my honestly, I want my grandkids to get older. They are 7 and 10. Everybody in my house is ADHD, including me, and we're already accident prone. We knock things around. We're careless, and we don't intend to be, but it happens. And I want to get to a point where they're older and they can control themselves a little bit better, because I understand those pieces are like micro. Mm. My nerve level. I can work with them. If I can take a 2,000 piece puzzle, not look at the picture and put it together, and one of my goals, one of my dreams is to have five 2,000 piece puzzles, pour every piece into a pile, not look at a picture, and put all five of those puzzles together. Am I asking to be crazy? Of course. Of course. That's what we do. My mom used to tell me that's not challenging, that's insane. Okay. Give me those insane moments. Let me do that. But yes, is it Irvish? I hope. But our bodies do change, because I didn't start realizing the change in me until I became pregnant with my second child, my son. Hey, Kitty, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody in the chat. Hi, Jamaican mommy. Y'all, everybody, this is Blind Stitches Creations. She is Marsha Lee. She is the whole idea behind the Just For Me cardigan. Yes. During the course of this week, you will be seeing, I think Lori said that she sent me um, pictures of hers. Okay, Thanksgiving is a holiday that we celebrate here in the United States, that depicts when the settlers came over and had a big feast. I'm going to stop it there. We're not a household divided. Um, but as we learn things, some members of our household do not participate in certain uh, celebrations. I do, from the standpoint of the fact that it's a time that family gets together, and especially over this big meal. I love to cook. Um, it's okay. We got time, Lori. We got time to send those cardigans. I started my cardigan, but I ended up frogging it. I got bored with it. Yes, you know, you know. Ugh. But yes. Thanksgiving. Okay, so how did you learn to crochet? My babysitter taught me. My babysitter taught me at a young age. Back then, we didn't know anything about um, ADHD, hyperactivity. We were just busy children, or, can't keep still, got ants in your pants. We had all of those, you know. So they didn't have a terminology for it back then. It was just something to make me not quite so busy. But then I fell in love with it. So how old were you when you started crocheting? I was 5. I started the first Monday in January of 1969 and been crocheting ever since. Just out of curiosity, I kind of found it cool and calming to do, and it is very relaxing. I've seen many T-shirts and things out there that say what I say all the time: I crochet to keep others alive. And you can look at that however you want to. I crochet so that you can have something warm to wear. I crochet so that you can have space to do your own thing, or I crochet so that you know, this hook in my hand and this yarn in the other keeps me from attacking you. Okay, Marcia says, "Good job, Miss Lori. I finished 2 panels and I made a mistake on the third and had to pull it down." And then Lori says, "My grandma taught me, but I didn't remember much. Took a break from my terms to my fifth, from my teens to my 50. YouTube taught me the rest." I started, like I said, when I was 5. The longest break I think I ever took from it was probably about, I don't, probably about a year, if that long. Sometimes I don't count the younger years, but I don't really remember, if I go back and really trace it, a time that I actually sat there and went a whole year without crocheting. Even if I didn't do anything really serious, I dabbled with it in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I became serious about it once I started having kids, because the very first wearable I made was actually matching dresses for my daughter and myself. And being 18, come on now, yes, it was a strapless mini dress, and I looked cute in it. Yes. And I made a matching one for my daughter, and she looked cute in hers too. I find that when I do mosaic crochet, I'm more relaxed. I just need to finish. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay, see you later. I see you do. Okay, okay. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, Irvish. And I hope to see you Saturday at 2 o'clock. Okay, my mom taught my sister and I, but I stick with it while my sister didn't continue as well. That happens. I taught I raised 35 kids. Each and every one of them I taught to crochet. Plus, I'm working with my grandkids. My granddaughter's a lot more receptive than my grandson, but there are those that will stick with it and those that won't. Of all of my 35, I have one that I know that sticks with it, and that's my daughter that's here with me. Lots of times when I have large commissions, she's the one that I can go to and say, "Hey, I need help with this." And she's right there to help me do it. So the next question is, in crocheting, what is your favorite go-to? Mine is blankets. I love making blankets. I love making blankets. Yes, I will sit and make blankets forever. But then I would have a house full of blankets, and my kids and grandkids would absolutely put me in an insane asylum. They would. But it's because I like to try new stitches and try putting things together. And you know what, Glory? Because of these two cardigans that I did, I am developing a really strong liking for cardigans. I can't say it's a love yet, but I'm developing a really strong liking for them. I'm usually a tapestry crochet person. I do things like the images and the words, and I love doing those. Um, I think it's amazing to watch it grow from just this blank yarn into this beautiful worded or worded blanket or a picture on a blanket. I think it's the bomb diggity. I do. I do. So guys, things to look forward to this week. Um, and we're gonna fill you in until Saturday. I want you all to remember to donate your 30 minutes a day to organizational skills. I want you to um, not forget your journal. If you can just go out and snatch something that is just personal for you. You can use the little flip pads if you want to. It's just something to keep you in touch with you. Um, I'm going to be adding to mine and making a crochet journal. I already have, my charts and things. My planners are actually under my phone, but yeah, I love charts and lists. So I find that I get more crocheting done when I see in front of me what I have to do, as opposed to just having the things around me being like, okay, today I need to do this, and this, and I'll work on this too. And instead of saying that, when I have it written down and I see, okay, I need to give each one of these things 500 stitches today, which is at least 25 minutes, then this will let me know how far I'm getting, or the fact that I've actually done something. When I look around and I see how the whips pile up, it frustrates me to see so many. So hopefully this is a way to help keep that down. And it's a way, I know this is graph journaling, but it helps. It helps. So, like I said, don't forget your journals. Don't forget your 30 minutes a day in organizing. Don't forget to be your best advocate. Not only your doctors, but those people around you need to know how you're feeling, what you're going through. Don't suffer in silence. Don't be afraid to tell people if you're having a bad day and don't feel like being around anybody. Instead of enduring those people that are coming around you, let them know, hey, today is not the day. I love you, but I need some alone time today. I say that to mine all the time. Hey, I'm closing my door. I'm not shutting you completely out, but please do the respect of giving me some time for me. I need to think, I need to talk, I need to sing, I need to dance, I need to crochet, whatever it is. Take time out for you. That's for you. And don't be afraid to let others know how you feel. If anybody's in a dangerous situation, reach out for help, please. Please reach out for help. It is so important because you don't have to stay there in that place. But here we are. As always, don't forget to check the description box for the pattern that I wrote. Don't forget to check out Taco Tuesdays on Tuesdays. I will see you all back here in the den on Saturday at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern. In the meantime, I want you all to remember to be bold, be brave, be beautiful, and behave. Remember, Kitty Lane told you. Remember, Kitty Lane loves you. So until we see each other again on these YouTube streets, peace out, everybody.